right, so this is a percent error problem, and I've done it here with resistors, but really this is a very common thing you do in any science class to calculate percent error. And the way I like to think about percent error, I think it's less confusing, is the percent error of any measurement is essentially how far off you are, which makes sense, right? The farther off you are, the higher the error, divided by the theoretical value, sometimes called the true value. So I think it's easier if you just remember it like this. The other thing is when we talk about how far off we are, we're always going to make that a positive value. So we're going to call it the absolute value. So let's look at this. So in this case, it says the resistance should be 240 ohms, but we're getting a reading of 245. So the question is, how far off are we? So we're 5 away from what the value is supposed to be. So we're going to say, okay, 5 divided by, what is our theoretical value? It was supposed to be 240. So 5 divided by 240, and that's going to be our percent error. Now, when we do this, it's going to give us a decimal answer, which is not a percent at this point. So 5 out of 240, we get 0.0208. So if we wanted to make this percent, we just need to multiply by 100. So this is going to be 2.08% off. And that's our percent error. So again, how far off you are divided by the theoretical value. Don't divide by 245. That's the most common mistake here, is choosing the wrong thing to divide by. So that's why I think this is a better formula. I think you're less likely to do that. Again, whatever you get, multiply by 100 if you want it to be a percent. The other thing is sometimes when you do this, you might get 0.00006. And so then when you multiply that by 100, you're going to get 0.006. And that's still a percent. It just means you have a very low percent error. So that's good. I don't know how often you'll see this, but it can come up. So don't worry if you still have a decimal as an answer. It's still possible to have a decimal percentage. So anyway, that's basically how you find percent error. And you can do this all the time. Like any lab you do, there's a very good chance at some point they'll ask you to calculate percent error. So the other thing is we could say, if we want to be more specific, that we're 2.08% higher than the theoretical value, or lower if we were lower. That way you can differentiate between 245 and 235. But you know, it's up to you. All right, so until next time, I'm Derek Genova. Have a delightful day.